I don't know the last time you guys needed to go get gas, but gas just went up in Arizona by like 35 cents overnight. So this is getting crazy, guys. I mean, we're already going back to this. I mean, gas prices at Circle K last I saw in Arizona have been about 4.49 a gallon. Okay, like Costco and Sam's Club are even at 4.15. So this is just getting stupid. I mean, when are we going to be upset about this? We really got to be upset about this because this is honestly the worst it's been in a very long time. And I'm going to show some things to kind of show that. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into the facts here, guys. But welcome to Get Into the Facts. I'm your host, Andrew Curiel. And we're going to start this Friday off right, guys. And just start our weekend off on a good note. All right. So let's get right into it. I have this first article here. And this is from money.com. Why are gas prices going up? High oil prices are the main reason for the spike in consumer gas prices. According to a recent report from the International Energy Agency, world oil demand is scaling record highs, boosted by strong summer air travel, increased oil use in power generation, and surging Chinese petrochemical activity. Lower oil supply from OPEC Plus is also keeping oil prices high. An oil production cut from Saudi Arabia went into effect last month and will remain in place through at least September. And guys, just real quick, they're doing an oil cut during the summer. They know damn well that if they do an oil cut, demand is still going to be there. They're actually, it's going up because we are in summertime. And all that's going to do is cause the price of oil per barrel just to go up. It's an artificial increase. Like they're almost like putting their foot down on the pedal whenever they want the oil prices to be higher and when they don't. It's all up to them. There's no if, ands, or buts or any reasoning behind it except for that they want more money, knowing that people are going to drive anyway because it's the summer. Okay, so it's just these type of things, man. It's just very irritating because this is our money. The average person, I mean, this shit is killing us. I mean, the gas prices are way higher. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but in Arizona, at least back in like 2019, 2020, like right before the pandemic, we got gas prices down to like $1.94 a gallon in Arizona. Okay, I think the national average got down to like 225, 220. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was great, but it's honestly, it almost seems like it was a lifetime ago, with all these changes that are going on. So it's crazy, guys. But oil was trading at around $81 per barrel on Wednesday, according to the West Texas Intermediate Measure, a benchmark used widely by analysts. Gas prices usually move by about 25 cents with a $10 swing in the price of oil. Rising oil prices aren't the only factor in play, though. According to Gas Buddy, earlier than expected maintenance at the largest refinery in the Midwest has pushed gas prices up in that region. Drivers in Illinois, for example, are looking at an average of $4.18 per gallon, according to AAA, compared to $3.85 a month ago. So yeah, it's like a 35-cent increase. That's not as bad as the prices in parts of the West Coast, obviously. The average gallon costs $4.42 in Nevada and $4.70 in Oregon, while Washington and California are both above $5 a gallon. Jesus. Compared to prices from a month ago that were at $4.94 and $4.91. Nationally, more than 10% of gas stations are charging above 5 per gallon, according to the Gas Buddy report. This summer, gas prices have been impacted by extreme heat, blah, 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 blah. Really don't care about that. And guys, when we come to there, like, which country has the most crude oil? It's the United States. The United States became the world's top crude oil producer in 2018 and maintained that level or that lead position through 2021. U.S. oil refineries obtain crude oil produced in the United States and in other countries. Different types of companies supply crude oil to the world market. Guys, I mean, this is why we were energy independent for the first time since 1957 in 2019. Okay, we were producing our own oil and exporting our own oil and obviously using it for our own needs. And we were able to cover the amount of oil we need in the United States and then sell some on top of that. We were energy independent, guys. We didn't rely on any country for our energy consumption and our energy needs. Wouldn't that be very helpful during this whole Ukraine Russia bullshit? Like, come on. Like, this is getting stupid. It's getting so stupid. Like, We don't care. I mean, were things just so good? Like, I mean, I know the average American, the average middle class family had an extra $4,000 in their savings account from 2018 to 2021 compared to now. I know that that is a fact, but things couldn't have been that good to where, oh, you know what? I just don't care. You know, I just don't want my president to say any mean tweets anymore. Like, I care more about my pocketbook, thank you very much. As long as the president is keeping the country safe and he's moving in the right direction when it comes to protecting personal freedoms and personal liberties of the average everyday American, I don't care what he tweets. Stop messing with my money. And this is all they've been doing ever since Biden got in office. Just keep messing with our money every single time, guys. Every time. And again, which country has the best oil and gas? The United States. Number one on this list of the top 10 oil producing countries in the U.S. is output increased by 1.232 barrels per day from its 2021 level to reach 20.213 barrels per day in 2022. The U.S. has been described as a swing producer because its production fluctuates alongside market prices. And again, guys, the United States was energy independent in 2019 for the first time since 1957. U.S. energy production in 2019 was higher than U.S. energy consumption for the first time in 62 years. Thus, the U.S. attained the long-held goal of energy independence, which is not to say that we did not import or export energy, but that we produced more energy than we used. Exactly. One can thank the oil and gas industry and its use of hydraulic fracturing and horizontal drilling for that milestone, as production in those industries increased a combined 11% in 2019. Total U.S. energy production increased by 5.7% in 2019, while U.S. energy demand decreased by 0.9%. The United States produced 101.0 quadrillion British thermal units of energy and consumed 100.2 quads last year. Fossil fuels accounted for 80% of both energy consumption and production in 2019. I mean, guys, why is it so bad to just allow the United States to take care of its own citizens? Things aren't that good in the United States for us to be caring so much about what's going on outside of the United States. Obviously, let's be there for our allies, okay? Be there for people. You know, humanitarian aid, I'm cool with that. But when we're going to be dropping about $100 billion in less than 2 years on Ukraine. And remember, in the very beginning, they said that it was just going to be defensive weapons. We're sending tanks now. We're sending fighter jets. We even have national reserve that's going to the bordering countries of Ukraine to help train and everything and get Ukrainians ready. So it's just like, come on, guys. Like, this, we need to look out for our people first. We need to make sure that we can tie our own shoes and put our gas mask on before we can help anybody else. Okay? And we're stretching ourselves very, very thin right now. And it's just crazy. And the government's stretching themselves thin. But on top of that, with the amount of money they're printing, they're stretching the American taxpayer super, super thin. I don't know how people are surviving right now. I don't understand it. And again, when it keeps going to this, guys, the gas price, let me show you this. What the average gas price in the United States is. And this was the average across the entire nation in January of 2018 and the September of 2018, and it goes down for the next 4 years. But the average in January of 2018 was $2.67 a gallon. Okay. And then it went up to 291, almost 292 average in September of 2018. And then 2019, when we were starting to get energy independent, was down to $2.33 on average across the entire nation. So there was a lot of places that were under $2 a gallon at this time in January 2019. And then it went back up a little bit in September of 2019 to $2.68. And then January of 2020 was at $2.63. And then it went down by September of 2020 down to $2.27. So even lower. And then 2021, right when Biden was about to take office, January, he wasn't in office yet. It was at the end of January he was getting sworn in. And it was at 242. And then by September of 2021, it was at 327. I mean, guys, It is unbelievable. And again, it's not about the president. Like, it's really not about the president as much as it's about what the administration that they're putting around them is doing, because we all know Biden's not running anything. Okay. It's his administration. He's just a little talk, puppet. Okay. That's really all it is right now. He's too old. He's too senile. He does not know what the hell is going on. Okay. But the fact that this administration, okay, is they're making the average American broke. Their purpose, and it looks like it's on purpose. Everything they've been doing has been hurting the average American since we got here. And again, guys, we're going to go right over here on Forbes. To date, the average gasoline price during President Biden's term, with nearly 2 years still to go, is $3.60 a gallon. That is on pace to be the highest average under any president. Guys, let me... Okay, this is about to be the highest average, if this keeps up, if he goes for another 2 years, the highest average for any president in history of the United States. Like, get out of here. Like, this is ridiculous. Look at this. Joe Biden right now, if he keeps this, isn't his full thing, okay? So again, let's give Joe Biden credit. We're at $3.60 a gallon. Barack Obama's first term was the next highest at $3.12. And then Barack Obama's second term was the next highest at $2.95. And then George W. Bush's second term was at $2.77. And then Donald Trump's average for his entire presidency was $2.57. And then George W. Bush's first term was at $1.59, but that was back in the good old days, you know what I'm saying? But guys, I mean, that's just unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable. Oh, and I didn't even show that. My bad, guys. I didn't even realize. But look at this. $3.60, $3.12, $2.95, $2.77, $2.57. Man, guys, like, were things really too good? I really don't think they were too good. They were good enough. The average person that worked their ass off, they were able to get ahead. Like, that's during 2020, I was barely making about $73,000 a year. It's a good amount of money, but I was able to buy a 4-bed, 3 full bath house in the West Valley in Arizona for $259,000. I was able to buy the house by myself. You can't even do that making $100,000 these days. With the market, with the interest rates, with just everything, there's just no way. You can't do it. I mean, come on, guys. That's why I started this podcast. We got to be able to come together on this. We cannot let them fuck with our money the way they are. Excuse my language. At the end of the day, guys, when are we going to say that we're tired of it? When are we going to start voting in the ways that are going to make things go back to being better? Okay, I'm not saying Trump was perfect, but he didn't mess with our money. He actually made it better for us to have more money. He brought the cost of things down. Like, guys, what else do you want from your president? Really, do mean tweets really matter? I remember growing up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And now in 2023, it's like words are violence. Like, guys, we're going to go down a very tough path if we don't pick this up and we don't change course on who we're putting in office. And it's not just the president. It's about all the other people, the Congress, the Senate, the staffers that are just staying in there, president after president, term after term. Okay, we just need to get a little bit smart about this because it's really affecting the pocketbook now. We're about to go back up to $5 a gallon in Arizona. We're really close. We're at $4.49. We're 50 cents away, and it climbed 35 cents over the last 2 days. So we're right there, guys. I don't know how much longer we can do it, but we just got to try to keep our heads up, try to stay smart, try to open the eyes of people that just aren't wanting to pay attention yet, and we'll go about it that way. All right, but let's enjoy our weekend. Have a good start to your weekend, and I hope we stay blessed out there, and I'll see you on the next video.